Hey, it's my pleasure to welcome Ryan, who is the founder of Urban District Realty, and his colleague Joel. Then Ashley will be playing the part of a potential tenant or homebuyer, and we will be diving deep into the wonderful world of virtual reality today and taking a look at the tool called Progetto, which may be the future of property showing so that you can show properties to tenants, inspectors can show things to you, repair people can show things to you as an investor, and you can view investment properties from anywhere in the world online. So, Ryan, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So my name is Ryan, like you said, founder of Urban District Realty, managing broker here. Our firm's in Washington, D.C. And what we're showing you today is a product called Progetto. And behind you are our two individuals who are currently in virtual reality. They are in our what's called presentation room to view all the properties. Now, this is a demo because right now we haven't started listing properties in this platform. We've just finished phase one, which you'll see, and we're about ready to start phase two of Progetto, which should be complete hopefully by the end of the year.
What I'm seeing here in the virtual reality, we've basically got three screens going on. We've got the video of you, and then Ashley and Joel in the room walking around, kind of like a home showing. And then we've got me, and then we've got the virtual reality being shown as well, where we've got a couple of goggles floating in space, we've got a couple of hands floating in space, and then sort of a torso, and I guess. So, what are we seeing here? And we're in this virtual reality, what you call a presentation room. Can you put us into the house you're in now, or
Yeah,
what?
so we're not going to put you into the house that we're currently showing you Progetto. Instead, we're going to put you into a property that's currently under development, under construction.
Okay.
So let's dive right into it. First of
So now
all,
we're looking at a 3D floor plan. Okay.
correct. Yep. So behind you is the Progetto screen, which is how you flip through different properties. Joel, if you don't mind flipping through a couple of the properties available right now to view. One is called the Fiero. Another is a Trucks and Circle development. And those are our two demos that we have currently. What's cool is this specific phase one is really for developers to show properties for sale before they are built and finished. So as you know, developers a lot of times like to sell their properties right before they're finished. And this is a perfect way for someone to walk through the space. What I'm going to do is go ahead and put you into a different view. So right now you can see that Ashley and Joel are in the presentation room together. But I'd love to show you instead, as soon as we get it, I'd love to show you how we can go directly into the property so they can see exactly what it looks like. There we are. With a little touch of a hand in the spot they want to go to, it loads. And now they can walk around the space, see it in the real amount of space it actually is, and can really just view the property. I'm going to spin the camera a bit so you can kind of see what they can see. So as you can see, this one is really a living room, kitchen.
So what we're seeing now, and what's interesting about this, is we're seeing the two virtual people in the virtual environment. But can you give us their point of view, the first person point of view? For example, can we look at what Ashley is seeing?
There you go.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
so this is actually, I gave you Joel's. I can switch over to Ashley's as well. So Joel and Ashley wave to each other in the space. There it
Wow.
is. So they can walk around this space. Again, like I said, it is in the same amount of space as the actual development will be built. And they are in the same distance as they are in the room, in this current room, as they are in the virtual room. So their positioning stays the same. Now, Joel just took us back to the presentation room because what's cool about this development and this property is there's two different layouts for an individual or a renter to choose from. So you saw the first one, and now Joel's taking that potential buyer or tenant into the second layout. It's the exact same footprint, just spaced differently, similar finishes.
Usually when you see virtual reality, people are holding big, sort of clunky controllers. But I see here that I think that's Ashley's hand, maybe, or no, that's Joel's hand, I think, has a ring on it, a ring on the finger, and then a bracelet. Are those actually on him?
Those are not.
Oh,
So we use one of the most high-tech versions of virtual reality where it has hand tracking. So
okay.
he doesn't need to use any kind of device to control it.
So the only piece of equipment Joel and Ashley are wearing are the goggles, right?
Yeah, which are wireless
Okay.
and don't need internet to view different spaces.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do though is show you how Joel is kind of directing all of this. I'm going to make it so you can see his screen. There we go. So Ashley, the other person looking at this property, cannot see what Joel is seeing. Only you right now can see it, but he has all these different controls.
So what he's doing right now is he's changing the colors of the cabinets.
Yep. So this developer said, I have 4 colors for someone to buy it that they can choose from. So what we did is in Progetto, we put those 4 colors in this. Whoever buys it can really get a super individual property. So again, you're seeing what Joel is seeing, and Ashley is seeing it change in real time and can choose whatever finishes that she would like in that property.
Okay. How is Joel controlling that though? Is he just using his finger in midair to select those menu items? Wow.
Yep. I mean, maybe you can see him behind, but he's not using anything other than his 2 fingers and pinches, basically.
So the only piece of equipment are the goggles. Wow.
You got it.
Amazing. Okay. And they don't have to be connected to the internet, you said. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So a really neat aspect of Progetto is these different listings are all uploaded into Progetto, and then we can show, and they can be connected just like this in a room without any kind of internet connection. Obviously, we have internet connection today because we're speaking to you, but most of the time, we don't use internet connection for our showings.
And that's because all of the data is in the goggles.
You got it. And not even in the goggles, it's in the software Progetto that we use to show properties.
Okay.
Yep. So as you can see, Joel just switched between furnished and unfurnished. As you know, staging a property can be pretty expensive, especially if it's well done. And in the city, it's also hard to get furniture in and out of buildings. This is a perfect way to show clients what it could look like, furnished.
Yeah, the virtual furniture really, I think that's really helpful because it gives people an idea of the space reference. So that's an important feature.
Yep.
Okay.
And then also, there are those clients that don't want to see it furnished so they can imagine it themselves. So again, all Joel needs to do, and we're again in Joel's point of view, is he can just pick unfurnished. And now the entire condo in this case is without furniture.
Wow. Okay, cool. Is there an application for meetings, like people meeting each other? I mean, here we're seeing the property, which is great. What about meetings or any other applications we should know about?
Yeah, so really this application is about showing homes, whether it's for rent, lease, for sale. So our first phase of Progetto was all about future properties because we know that no one else in the market is showing that you can walk through future under construction properties for developers. Phase 2 that we're going into is for properties that already exist. We're already underway to, have the same exact technology, furnished, unfurnished, only in real space. Again, it's not the 360 view, click here, click there that my clients used to have to do. What we're trying to do is, make it the most user-friendly, application tool to buy a home, to rent a space. If you're not near these properties, you can view 30 properties in an hour versus having to drive around the city, look at each one.
I know the product's in development. How does someone use this product? If an investor is watching this, for example, and they want to get all of their properties into the system so that they can show them to tenants more easily, how would they do that?
Yeah. I mean, the first step would be to reach out to us. We would love to, help get every property would be our goal, right? Into Progetto.
Of course.
Have
But
MLS.
take us through those steps in, because it does require a special camera, right?
Yes, it sure does. So Progetto itself is the software. We do use different items, cameras to get real life properties in Progetto as well. But in order to have something designed for them to have, walking around the space, be able for clients to see properties, whether it's hotels, rentals, spaces to buy, really that's as easy as contacting Urban District Realty. And then we, right now it's a free service that anyone who lists with Urban District Realty going forward after the new year will automatically get their property in Progetto.
Yeah.
But
But that's a local thing. It's not applying to much of our audience. So.
Yeah, so we're also in talks with some commercial property firms nationwide that, this could be available on a much larger scale, pretty soon. So,
but is there, what I want to know is there going to be a consumer camera that people can buy so that they can film the properties themselves, or is it going to require hiring a special photographer to come in and do this? How is that going to happen ultimately?
Yeah, so we don't develop hardware at Urban District Realty. So we use existing hardware out on the market. So what you're talking about, the cameras, we're not building these headsets.
What's the hardware? That's my question. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they are top of the line cameras that we're using. And
what are these cameras called though? Like, so someone can look it up and understand what I'm just dying to look it up and see, like, can you buy this on Amazon, for example, or where, how much do these cameras cost? And
yeah,
I just want to.
That might be a little bit of a trade secret right now with Progetto.
Oh, okay, got it.
So, I'd love to dive in a little deeper, but really, we're here to show what our technology can do, the software we've developed with the hardware that is existing on the market. We're the only virtual reality, augmented reality that you can actually be there with your agent inside of a space.
Yeah. Wow,
nothing else exists,
cool.
When we did our research and did the patent pending, for our software.
So it's a guided tour, and not only that, you can actually invite like another family member or a friend to help you check it out, right?
Yeah, so what's exciting is you can literally have 5 or 6 people, all in the room checking out the space. And yeah, they can either all be looking at each other, but if they are not comfortable using VR, we also have a huge screen in our office space where they can see exactly either what we were showing you today, either third person point of view, a first person. If they want to look through their husband's eyes or their, spouse's eyes, they can do that.
Yeah. Wow. That is really cool. We really appreciate you demonstrating this for us. And, I know it's in development now. So we're looking forward to hearing and seeing more as this and other technologies like it roll out in the future. As I say, it's an amazing time to be alive. It really is.
Hey, thanks for having us on.
Our pleasure. Give out your website.
Yeah, it's www.urbandistrictrealty.com.
Ryan and Joel, thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you very much.